Nobody ever tell you about this part about following Christ. They tell you follow Christ, follow God. They tell you to do the right thing, to speak the truth. But nobody tells you what it's going to cost you. Nobody tells you the moment you start living a different standard that people who knew you will become the first one to push back, to not only push back, but to kick you on the curb, to reject you. You see, the Bible says that you can't serve two masters. And you never understand this part until you really come to a place where you really have to live this reality where you can't serve two masters. Where that the moment you make one decision, you know exactly who you serve. Here's the thing. We both know that when we are compromising on truth, we know exactly there's that little voice inside of you that is telling you what you just did is wrong. Because you told a lie as opposed to telling the truth because you did not want somehow to offend someone. You didn't want to offend that person. Because somehow you wanted that person to be close to you, to be around you. Because here's the thing, the problem with that I think modern churches, they fail to address is that, and is this, obedience to God is not a passive thing. It is a decisive reorientation of your entire life. The way you used to live, you can't live that way anymore. You can't. This is where performance stops. For you performing for approval. You performing for to be accepted, to belong into a society that does not live by God's standards. You begin to recognize that something definitely is wrong. And here's the thing. Not only you recognize it, but when you are becoming disobedient, you know deep down that who you served, who your master was, who your master is in that moment you are choosing to compromise on. The moment you compromise on truth, what is right, what is just, we both know who you serve. Now, the moment you stop compromising, this is where your journey begins. This is where your purpose begins. This is where God can start doing his job. The moment you make that decision, I'm choosing to follow him, to obey him. This is where your life changes. When you start bending your values to a room that have decided to not even understand you. You see, when you get to a point you start bending your values to fit a room or to belong to a society that is already broken, people start to get uncomfortable around you because you start saying no. You start saying no to the thing that you used to say yes to. You start holding people accountable. You start speaking the truth, no matter how uncomfortable it is to people. Your relationships changes. And this what obedience is. And you can be assured that most of these people will never, ever, ever be okay with you. You will never be aligned with, you cannot, if you're a person who is determined to stand by the truth, you cannot be aligned with people who are not capable of truth. And this is where you will start to feel that you yourself do not belong you do not belong with the people who you used to be with, you hang out with. Here's the thing, something that I've learned that really changed my life. You resonate with people who have the same level of wound as you are, same level of trauma. And here's another thing. The moment you decide to follow God, He start healing in you. He start healing the trauma. He start healing the broken patterns. He start healing all on everything that is not aligned with the wisdom and the knowledge of God. But here's the thing. The moment you start healing from all those old patterns, broken, unhealthy patterns, you yourself, you can no longer fit in where these people are. Because you are healing and they are still broken. You can no longer think the same way they think. You can no longer talk the same way they talk. The places you hang out can no longer be the same, are the same places that these people hang out in. The moment I decided to stand on my values, the first thing that I've lost was my family. It was my family that I had to let go. Do I love them? Yes, I do. But they don't fit in with the life I live now. And I don't fit in their lives as well. Do we see each other and be respectful to one another? For sure. But once that moment is done, we leave it there. John 15:18 says, if the world hates you, know that it hated me before it hated you. And here's another thing, because this one is my favorite Bible verse in the book of Matthew. In Matthew 10:34-36, if I'm not mistaken, it states, Jesus did not come to bring peace, but a sword. He came to divide, not by violence, but by truth. What I'm saying, the point of this, rejection is not proof that you are doing something wrong. Sometimes rejection, it is proof that you are doing something right. As simple as that. And rejection from people. I want to make sure that I found the right words. Rejection from people who do wrong is obedience. Rejection from people who cannot accept obedience is not lost. It's not loss. That's not loss. That's clarification. That's clarity. It took me time to understand this one thing, that when God removes some people in your life, He's not punishing you, as some people would like to think. He's removing distractions that are keeping you from what He's building inside of you. As long as you stay on that path, as long as you stay on that path that God has put you on, anything you lose, it's not loss. It's clarity. It's alignment. It's order. Because all of those things remove chaos, distraction, confusion. I want to finish this video with this thing that I recently read somewhere, that the cost of obedience is real, but the cost of disobedience is higher. So choose your path, brother. We got no time to lukewarm. We have no time to lukewarm. So choose the hardest path, which is the path of obedience, because it's hard. Because at the end of the day, it leads somewhere worth going. Christ is King. Peace.